Hi everyone! As you can see, I am here with a very special guest, my mom! And we are in her kitchen because we are going to make some pumpkin cake pops today. We've actually made these before. It was like almost a year ago. Yeah. And they were really cute and they were delicious. So we're going to show you how you can make them at home. So step one for making cake pops is to make a cake. And a lot of people use a boxed cake for this that you can just pick up at the grocery store, and that's totally fine. But that is not the way we roll in the Wright household, is it? No. So we are going to make a pumpkin spice cake from Martha Stewart's website, the recipe for which I will link in the description box down below. So if you want to follow along, you can click on that. And we have already laid out the ingredients that we need. We have dry ingredients and we have wet ingredients. Well, sorry, I almost spilled that. Ooh. So step one to making this is we are going to mix our wet ingredients in our mixer, which is, by the way, the best mixer in the whole world. So, Mom, pumpkin goes in. I think. We've got the recipe printed off too, so I should probably...
You said, I think, after I put it in the bowl. I hope you're right.
I think I'm right.
All right, what next?
Next, we add... It doesn't really matter what order. I guess we just need to put the pumpkin, the eggs, the butter, and the sugar in.
Okay, let's do butter.
Okay.
Melted.
Melted. Oh, we need to preheat the oven. It needs to be 350 Fahrenheit.
Would you like me to do that?
Yes.
You go.
There are so many buttons on that thing.
I have this thing about eggs, and I always have to break my eggs into a bowl first, one at a time, because I'm always worried I'm going to get eggshell in there or something. So this is me being weird about eggs.
No, it's not weird. It's smart. Can we also take a minute to talk about our aprons because I think they're adorable. This one has sheep on it.
This one, I don't know what it has.
Flowers.
Flowers.
Because it's like flour.
Ah!
If I can make a dad joke, I'm gonna make a dad joke. So we are just mixing this until it is combined. It looks very orange.
And it smells fantastic.
Does it?
It does.
I
It
wanna
smells
get my
like
hair in
pumpkin.
it. What did I make recently that had pumpkin? I made something with pumpkin recently. And
Which are like Samoas.
yeah, but
Those were so good.
Thank you. Those are my posts, by the way. Thanks for the promotion, Mom.
I wasn't even trying.
I will link that recipe down below. But I was also making these little like truffle type things for a Halloween party that were like the biggest Pinterest fail of my life.
I still haven't seen pictures.
I did not take any. But I left my mixing bowl to soak and it had pumpkin in it. And when I was washing it out, because I let it soak for like way too long, and when I was washing it out, it smelled terrible. Now we are going to add our dry ingredients, which is flour, spices, baking soda, and salt. We're just gonna add it a little bit at a time into our wet ingredients. Very helpful.
Well, I'm closer to the mixer.
Yeah.
I'm hogging up all the fun, aren't I?
No, you are much better at all this than I am, so you can just keep doing what you're doing. So now our beautiful cakes are going into the oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 to 50 minutes. Our cakes have baked and we have checked to make sure that they are cooked all the way through, and they are, so we're going to allow them to cool in their pans for 10 minutes.
Just let it go. Yes. There you go.
So now we're just going to let them cool entirely before we move on to the next step. So you know how I said that we were not about buying boxed cakes and stuff? Well, that does not apply to icing, so...
No, that does not apply to cake pop icing.
Cake pop icing, yes, good point. So we have bought this tub frosting. This is just the classic regular kind, and we obviously had to test to make sure it wasn't poisoned. It's not, don't worry. So the next step of our cake pops is we're going to take some of this frosting, not the whole can or tub or whatever, you don't need this much, but you just want to mix enough frosting into your crumbs to where it sticks together when you roll it into a bowl. A ball, not a bowl, a ball. Well.
I saw that.
That's my dad! So our cake pops are all rolled out now. We got about 30. So if you make them about this size, you will get about 30 from the cake that we made. So our cake pops are now in the freezer cooling for a little bit, and while they are cooling and kind of hardening up a little bit, Mom and I are going to melt some green chocolate candy melts in the microwave for the next step. So next up we are taking our cake pop sticks. These came in a bag that looks like this. I got these and the chocolate melts at Michael's. You can find them at craft stores and sometimes even like Walmart, so just look around for them. And what we are going to do now is dip the stick into the chocolate and then put it into the cake pop. You don't want to stick it all the way through, but put it in
Probably about halfway.
Yeah, halfway, because you don't want it to fall off while you're dipping it in the orange chocolate, which will come up next. So we ended up only keeping our cake pops in the freezer for about 4 minutes. That was long enough for the chocolate to harden, and we really don't want these to be too cold. So now what we're doing is we put a bowl over a pot of water, and we're going to put our orange chocolate melts into that heat-proof bowl to melt them. That way they don't get burned in the microwave. Now onto the fun part. We are going to take our cake pops and dip it into our orange chocolate candy melts, I guess is what they're called. We put them in this sort of tall, thin container just to make it deep enough that we can get the stick all the way in there and cover the cake pop. And once you have covered your cake pop in chocolate, you want to put it into a styrofoam board, I guess, so it can dry standing up. So as you can see, we have turned our cake pops kind of upside down, I would say, so they look more pumpkin-y. They've got the green kind of peeking out, that's kind of like a stem, and then they're covered with the orange. So now we have put some green and orange in some piping bags fitted with some very thin round tips, and we're going to pipe with the orange little lines on the side of the pumpkin, kind of like the seams, and then we're going to finish off with some little green curly cues for the leaves, or the vines. Right? Vines?
Yeah, they're pumpkin vines.
Pumpkin vines. So now comes my favorite part of baking.
Mine too.
Eating! So we're gonna eat the ugly ones.
This one definitely.
Yeah. Cheers!
Cheers.
Mmm.
That's good.
So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, especially having my mom here. And if you did, make sure to let us know by giving it a thumbs up. And I do put out new videos every week, so make sure you subscribe to stay up to date. And I will leave all of my links and everything down in the description bar, so make sure you check those out. And we will see you, well, I will definitely see you soon. She will probably see you soon as well. And we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.